from tonight's first quarter-final clash. High-velocity Powerball, high-octane Atlaspheres, high-tension Swingshot, and high-jinx Wolfman style. But before all that, meet your hosts, Jeremy Guscott and Ulrika Johnson.
Good evening and welcome to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to the first of our quarter-finals. This means that it'll be the second time our contenders meet our gladiators, and it also means that the stakes are getting higher.
Well, the higher you go, the greater the rewards. This year's winners of Gladiators 1998 will each receive £1,000, plus they'll both drive off in one of these new-to-the-country four-wheel drive trucks. The runners-up, well, they will also receive £1,000, plus we'll jet them off to the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island in the Bahamas.
So let's meet tonight's quarter-finalists. They are Sharon Kewley
and Louise Raines.
A lot of noise from over there, Sharon.
Oh, they're fantastic. They're the best.
They certainly are. Remind everybody at home what you do and where you're from.
Yeah, I actually promote health and fitness centres around the country. So.
And where from?
I'm from Liverpool.
Of course. Now listen, you breathe through your heat, smiling with great enthusiasm, whatever else. Do you feel that your attitude has changed now that you've made it to the quarterfinals and there's really more at stake now?
Not really, no. I mean, you know, if you take it too seriously, it becomes, you know, a bit of a problem. I think you just got to have fun, enjoy the games, and just get through as much as you can get through.
And did you learn anything in the heats that you might be able to use around the quarters?
Oh, yeah, but I'm not going to tell.
All right, then. All right, then. We'll just wait to see you in action. Let's hear it for Sharon Kewley.
Louise, just remind everybody where you come from and what you do.
I'm Louise Raines from Preston in Lancashire, and I own a bridal shop.
Bridal shop. Okay. We're to the quarter-final stage now. You're used to competition because you used to be a bodybuilder. How does the tension compare here?
There's nothing like the Gladiators crowd and competing in front of all these people. It's absolutely fantastic.
Let's give it up for Louise Raines.
Now let's meet our male quarter-finalists. They are Dave Walter
and Cassius Frankson.
They're a bit quiet today. I think they must be holding back a bit.
They are. Remind everyone at home what it is you do and where you're from.
I'm Dave Walter and I work in Kentucky and Exeter.
Which, of course, explains the chicken over there. How do you fancy your chances tonight?
Well, everyone that's got here, all the contenders that got this far, they've all got what it takes to win, so, you know, it's whoever's got it on the night.
It's a tough competition. Let's hear it for Dave Walter.
Cass, I'm extra pleased to see you here because it means the steel band's here as well.
Yeah, they came back again.
Cass, just remind us what you do and where you come from.
I come from East London and I'm a fitness instructor.
Right, also, you had the fastest time in the Eliminator last time you were here, which was 1 minute 18 seconds. How much faster can you go?
I think I've got a little bit more inside me, but hopefully winning some points in the games, I'll get a good head start and so I can go a little bit faster.
That's the name of the game, getting a head start. Let's hear it for Cassius Frankson.
Contenders, so let the first quarter-final begin. It's Louise. In the orange Atlasphere, it's Sharon. And they're going to be facing Siren and Lightning.
As the Atlaspheres anthem rocks the arena, let's see how the contenders shape up. Sharon Kewley weighs in at 57 kilos, which is 9 stone, height 1.68 metres. While Louise Raines tips the scales at 64 kilos, otherwise known as 10 stone 2 pounds.
Get pods for smoke. Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1!
The clock is running and the Atlaspheres are rolling. A minute to file into the other spheres and pile on the points. It's Sharon in the orange. Splits Louise and Siren and careers into lightning. Louise and Siren completely miss one another. Hardly a shambles at all at the start. Louise has found some freedom. Sharon on 4, but it rolls away from a 3-point scoring chance. Oh, lightning steams in, snooks that. Sharon's ground to a halt. Louise with an extra 1 stone, 2 pounds of weight at her disposal. Siren chasing Louise. Louise on 2, but she can't smoke it. Sharon attacking pod 1, makes it pay, 3 points. Louise on 3, lets the smoke equalise the score. Siren losing the plot at the moment. Lightning forcing Sharon wide of the mark, keeping her clear of the scoring pods. All but 10 seconds to go. 3-3 the score, and Sharon trying to start something up. Sharon has a pop at pod 3. Oh, steering lets her down again. Louise on 2. It's the spot right on the last knockings. 3 more points. Sharon's final sortie was unsuccessful thanks to shrewd play from Lightning, while Siren left the barn door wide open for Louise to roll through. Louise seized the initiative and pocketed the points. So, with one event down, Sharon 3, Louise rolls to 6.
In the yellow Atlasphere, it's Cass. In the orange Atlasphere, it's Dave. And they're going to be facing Vulcan and Rhino.
While Dave's brother and sister sing along, let's hear what Cassius has to say about all this malarkey.
The game I'm most nervous about, I would say, is Atlaspheres, because it's been a long time since I've practiced that one, so it's going to be kind of nervy getting in the hamster cage and running about for a little while. But at the end of the day, it's going to be fun, so I'm just going to enjoy the moment.
3, 2, 1!
If a moment lasts a second, then there are 60 moments to enjoy in this heavy metal ball game. Dave rolls into action in orange. And Cassius stuns him with a glancing impact. Now the guys can strafe the pods. Here's Dave on pod 2. Chalks up 3 points for openers. He's fast in his restaurant and fast on this floor as well. Cassius nudged away by Vulcan. Dave on the open road. Pod 4 is at his disposal. Oh, unlucky not to trigger the smoke plume halfway through. Cassius powering up for pod 3. Can he middle it? Oh, stays a smokeless zone. Dave going for 1. Rhino can't prevent that score. Cassius on 2. Oh, that's better driving on the pod and off the mark with 3 points. No sign of Vulcan. And Dave giving Rhino the runaround. Pod 2 lets off another jet of smoke for Dave. 9-3 the score. And Vulcan determined to keep it at that. Cassius uncertain of his direction. But John Anderson's horn cuts through the wall of sound to conclude Dave's demolition derby. Dave had the speed, the style and strength necessary for success in Atlaspheres.
Well, Dave, I have to say you built up so much speed there on a couple of occasions that you just bypassed the pods.
Yeah, I've seen Nigel Mansell do it. I thought I'll have a go.
Well, listen, you did terrifically well. You picked up 9 points.
Okay.
Hold on, let's see it for Dave.
I mean, Vulcan was like a stalker, man.
He was just watching me. Every time I made a move, he started to go, but I thought he was a bit dormant. He's just standing there, let me go. As soon as I made a move, he was on me. Very hard, very hard.
Well, there's some good news. You made enough good moves to score 3 points.
Oh, yeah. Love that.
Let's give it up for Cassius.
Explosive start for both guys. After one event, Dave registers 9, Cassius posts 3.
Dogfight. Our first female contender is Sharon. And she's facing Siren. Over to John Anderson.
Dave's fan Troy the Chicken wishing he could fly like Siren and Sharon. As the airships converge for conflict, let's see the Siren stats. And at 70 kilograms, she's easily 2 stone heavier than Sharon. One strike with a combat club on the chest plate and the sparks fly. 2 strikes and you're out of there. And it's a good work rate from Siren. Sharon trying to keep her at arm's length. Oh, and Siren smacks one in. Sharon with a single life left. Good strike from Siren. Doesn't register. Looks to have Sharon stone cold in the water. Siren all over Sharon like a rash. Now she's got her. The air raid Siren wins the day. Mum and Dad knew it was inevitable. No points to Sharon. In this replay, we'll see Siren's club all around the target. Then a direct hit, which triggers Sharon's down button.
Our second female contender is Louise. And she's up against Fox. Over to John Anderson.
Left, up.
Never mind the contenders, you've got to be fit to be in this audience these days. And as they fly into their attack positions, a look at the Fox's facts and figures will reveal the following. 1.75 metres, and as we secretly suspected at 67 kilograms, she's 6 pounds heavier than Louise. A terrifying aerial view of the action as both girls get to work, and Fox gets one in immediately. Louise down to a single life. Lovely big hit. Lou's mum and brother don't like those from Fox. Fox relentless with her attack. A real show of power. Which of these 2 birds are going to fall out of the sky? Everyone absorbed at this engagement, and a great work rate from Fox. Oh, and the Lou's flushed. Mum not happy. The Gladiators keep a clean sheet in Dogfight. The end was quick. Fox giving it plenty to Louise's chin. Louise defending herself valiantly, but Fox cracks one in, and Louise hits her own chest plate. All of which means that after 2 events, the scores stay the same. Sharon 3, Louise 6.
So we now move into the men's event with Dave. And Cass. And they're going to be facing Saracen and Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1!
The big jump to the clash at the cylinder. Up to grab the point, and Dave superb, higher than everyone to secure a 3-point red. Smoothly back to register his score. Dave again. Free swing, can't lock onto a yellow though. Cassius dummies the Saracen. Sarah's committed, that'll give Cassius a free swing. Here he comes. He's got the time and the height. Takes an easy red to level the score. Dave high, Hunter holding. Dave with a pair of blues.
Hunter!
Ref berates Hunter as Dave baskets his booty. Cassius again. Takes a blue. Just under half a minute remains. Dave well short. Hunter rides the cylinder. The ref won't like that either. Cassius with a big one. Big stretch. Bumps a yellow from under Sarah's nose. In the bank. And Hunter struggling to recover. Sarah commits. Oh, good defensive work from Saracen. Dave, he really is the king of swing tonight. Takes another yellow. 8-6 the score, and he's back for more. And Hunter can't believe how fast he is. Takes a simple blue, but he won't beat the clock. Bad luck for Dave, but a high-scoring swing shot for both guys. The opening swing saw good defending from Saracen. But Dave, like a jack-in-the-box, head and shoulders above everyone to take the top prize. Cassius also found himself at the top of the tree for a red ball.
So at the end of Swingshot, Cass picked up 6 points. And Dave picked up 8.
Dave's fans clearly delighted. And here's why. After 2 events, Dave's on 17, Cassius on 9.
So that brings to an end the first leg of our quarter-final, but there's plenty more games around the corner. Join us after the break here on Gladiators.
The Gladiators! The Gladiators!
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where we're ready to kick off with our next event. In yellow, scoring with the blue balls, it's Louise. Scoring with the red balls, it's Sharon. And they're facing our gladiators, Rebel and Bo.
Rebel will be tackling Sharon, And Vogue will be trying to avenge the tremendous drubbing she endured at the hands of Louise the last time they met on the Powerball pitch. Don't think that thought hasn't crossed Louise's mind. Here's what she has to say about it.
I've got Powerball again in the quarterfinals, and I actually got 9 points in the first round against Vogue. So I'm hoping that Vogue's going to be in this time and see if I can get into double figures.
And Vogue looks jumpy. Rebel a little more sanguine, and that's not a Spanish drink, by the way. Louise on the attack, and Vogue discarded like a used tissue. 3-point opener for Louise, returns for another bite. Oh, she's driving Vogue back again. Sharon taken out by Rebel. Louise drops in a 2-pointer. Her mum, Gloria, highly delighted with that. Sharon back to reload. Got a work cut out against Rebel, but Rebel reels her in like a fish on the line. Vogue reliving her nightmare against Louise. Louise drags Vogue too far to score. Takes another blue for another point-scoring sortie. Vogue desperate to salvage something from this game. Rebel driving Sharon into the ground. Coming up on nearly 20 seconds to go, and Louise back to take the situation in hand. Easily dances around Vogue, banks another 2-point deposit. Louise, drops a ball, takes another. Now, technically, the new ball is dead because she's already taken one from that bin. Let's hope she doesn't do anything with it. Oh, that score won't count. Rebel slams Sharon to the deck again. Sharon will be glad to see the back of this event. Louise again, but for that disallowed centre basket, she'd have reached double figures against Vogue. There's the horn, Sharon holding her arm. Mum and Dad applauding her courage. Louise's husband and children celebrate her achievement.
Sharon, I think you had it all to do there. I mean, Rebel looked charged.
She was firing. she was very fast, you know. Either way, she had me in control.
There's some big hits going in.
Oh, yeah, she was slamming me on that ground. I loved it.
Well, Louise, the way you were sidestepping, I think I might recruit you into my rugby team.
It was great today. I played against Vogue in the heat, and she was really revved up to go for me today, but I've managed to get a few points.
Well, let's find out how many. John Anderson, can you come in, please?
Well, sadly, Sharon failed to score, so no points for Sharon. But Louise scored 7 points.
Woo! Let's give it up for Sharon and Louise.
Well, Rebel, I saw you psyching yourself up before the game, and you certainly weren't going to let her get away with anything.
Is this a game or is this a game?
I mean, she landed on your head at one stage.
I know, she landed on my head, but I thought there's no way this girl is going to score a point. I am here, I'm going to be Powerball girl queen.
Yeah, well, learn to say it first. And Vogue, I don't think I've ever seen you look so mad. You look quite angry. And you let her get away with 7 points, unfortunately.
Yeah, thanks.
Just here to remind you.
Rub it in. Yes, I played Powerball against Louise last time, and I think it gave a slightly easier ride last time, so I was ready for her this time, but she still managed to get the better of me on that middle pod, so she's a good Powerball contender, and we look forward to doing Powerball against her next time.
Well, there's more at stake now, of course, in the quarters. Let's hear it for Rebel and for Vogue.
Powerball queen! Woo!
With 3 events contested, Sharon has 3, Louise has 13.
Scoring with the blue balls, it's Cass. And scoring with the red balls, it's Dave. And now facing our gladiators, Wolf and Vulcan.
Looking more like 2 entrants from the Ugly Bug Ball. The crowd effusive with their abuse. The canteen must be missing 2 dishcloths. On that note, let's look at all the facts and figures. Dynamic Dave Walter, 94 kilos, also referred to as 15.5 stones. Coming the other way will be Quicksilver Cassius Frankson, 76 kilos, is another way of saying 12 stones in weight. Cassius is facing the 18.5 stone might of the Vulcan, and Dave is up against 15 stones of Wolf. This is going to be fast and furious. Dave's fast, Wolf is furious. Cass also through to claim 2. Great start for the guys. Cass again, shimmies the Vulcan, but fast recovery from him. Dave leaves the Wolf standing 3 points. Dave 8 pounds heavier than Wolf, but so far twice as fast. Wolf with the power off. Dave with 2, his family love it. Cassius at full stretch steals two from under Vulcan's enormous nose. Dave again. This time Wolf gets his measure. Big body slam. Cassius closed down superbly by Vulcan. Better work now from the Gladiators. Dave looking for two more. Up, gets away with three. Incredible speed from Dave. 10-4. Cassius dummies the Vulcan, makes the space for 3 points himself. Dave grabbed by the Wolfman, but still scores two. Cassius free again. Centre basket for 3 points. 12-10 to score. Cassius. Oh, he forgets to let go of the ball and Vulcan demolishes him. Dave against Wolf, and Wolf wrestles him to the ground. Follows through for the pinfall. Wrong sport, Wolfie. Humongous scoring in Powerball. That hooter will be a welcome relief, if only for me. Magnificent performances from Dave and Cassius, and the supporters hailed their respective heroes.
Cass, when I saw you were against Vulcan, I didn't think the sun was going to shine on you, but it did more than that.
It shined a little bit, I don't know how much, but I was glad to just get a few little baskets. I don't know how many, but...
Oh, I think, well, we're going to find out you did very well. Dave, you were against the wily Wolf. I don't think he was too wily.
He's a bad boy, still the same, you know. He still caught me a few times. Very good tackles.
You've got to be pleased with your performance.
I think I got a couple in, but let's find out how many, eh?
Let's find out. John Anderson, come on in.
Well, it was a great game. The boys did brilliantly there, and Cass got 10 points. Woo! But even better, Dave got 12!
Hey! Let's give it up for Cass and Dave!
David and Molly, Dave's mum and dad, thrilled with that score. After 3 events, Dave storms to 29. Cassius powers to 19.
Time now for our next event. Our first female contender is Sharon. And she's facing Rebel.
Second time in the space of a few minutes that Sharon's taken on the Rebel. Rebel weighs in at 66 kilos, 10 stone 5 in old money, which means Rebel has almost a stone and a half advantage over Sharon. Sharon's first time on the high rings and Rebel knows it, so she'll be taking full advantage of Sharon's lack of competition experience. Sharon from Liverpool promotes gymnasiums, and she'd like to promote herself to a healthier position with a 10-point score here. Oh, but straight into trouble, clashes into the Rebel. Rebel locks her up with the legs. Sharon on 2 rings, but there's a lot of hanging tough to do. Rebel having to work on the fingers, and superb resilience from Sharon. Rebel with the neck lock. Will the ref see that? Rebel desperate to remove Sharon from the rings. The neck lock's still on, but Sharon is gone! Great effort against an overwhelming force. Sharon's dad, John, spotted the arm around the neck. Looks like we were the only 2 who did. Rebel transfers all her weight to Sharon, and Sharon showing magnificent strength, but in the end decides to call it a day.
Second female contender is Louise. And she's facing Vulcan.
Falcon all but undefeated on the rings, but she'll need all her skill against Louise. And whoever choreographed this crowd wants shooting.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender!
Last time out in this event, Louise failed to score. That was against Siren. Louise has proved to be too hot to handle for some Glads, but Falcon's a real cool customer when it comes to her ring work. Traverses to get online for Louise. Louise spots that move and tries to counter with her own sideways move. Aerial chess at its best. Falcon looks to be on the case. Whoa, misses a ring and smashes into Louise. Falcon recovers, both girls grinning broadly. Falcon with the leg lock. Louise not on a scoring ring and with no chance of moving. Does the sensible thing, bails out. Falcon checks she's okay following that unintentional collision. The crowd have finally got their act together. Well, most of them anyway. In the replay, Falcon seizes the opportunity, seizes Louise, and it's only a quick piece of finger work before she wins it, hands down. After 4 events, the scores stay the same. Sharon 3, Louise 13.
Our first male contender is Dave. And he's facing Cobra.
Well, thankfully, Cobra swings better than he dances. The number cruncher has him weighed up like this, 92 kilos, which could well be 14 stones, 7 pounds.
3, 2, 1.
Cobra, a hang-tough specialist, but 1 stone and 1 pound lighter than Dave Walter, who's proving a real handful for the Glads. 5 points if Dave's in the red ring scoring zone come time up, or 10 points should he reach the Cobra's platform, and Dave's in the reds already. Sisters Bridget and Christine looking quietly confident. Well, not so much quietly, but confident anyway. Cobra moving in, but can't make contact. Dave hangs a left. Superb swinging from Dave. Completely bypasses Cobra, and Cobra can't recover. Dave on the edge. Can't quite make it. With the next swing, he will. Cobra's dead in the water, and a magnificent 10-point maximum to Dave. Cool as you like. Even small people who can't clap are applauding him. Cobra joins Dave to commend some of the best contender hang-tough work we've ever seen. And Troy, the chicken's having trouble with his air horn. You'll have to see the vet about that.
Dave, you the man.
Well, you know, I do my best, old snakeheads there. I saw him going for that ring, I thought, no, you know, that's my ring, so...
I mean, you showed such skill up there. I mean, forward, back, sideways.
Yeah, well, it's like taking candy from a baby, really.
Taking candy from a baby. Cobra.
See what I mean?
Tough contenders, Dave.
Well, Mr. Paxman, as you could see, he stole my ring, and that's what done it. I lost it. I was completely confused, which is easy when you're a gladiator and you get hit on the head for a living. Just done me. I want to go home now and cry.
A confused Cobra, but a very happy Dave. You scored 10 points!
Jeremy Guscott, almost enthusiastic in that interview. And the guys drop off to make way for something thoroughly more unpleasant. Yes, the Wolf's finest feature. The hang dog is here, and he's brought his fang. I wish he wouldn't lift his arms like that. There's why.
Our second male contender is Cass. And he's facing that big bad Wolf.
And Wolf looking to chalk up a victory against Cassius.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Ready to go! Ready!
Get it on!
3, 2, 1.
Well, the old fella knows he's got to be at his best on these rings, because in his last hang tough, Cassius just managed 10 points at Rhino's expense. And Cassius looking to have stalled. He's a sitting target for the Wolfman. Wolf latches on! Debbie and Kamal, his girlfriend and son, know disaster's imminent. Oh, the Wolf is losing his grip. But it won't be for the first time. He's hanging on by Cassius's vest. It's more of a strip down than a takedown. Wolf trying to get hold of something less flimsy than the like. Oh, he's gone. Cassius 20 seconds to spam the empty grid to secure 10 points. Wolf accepting defeat with all the ill grace you'd expect from him. Cassius making his way gently to where the points are. Still plenty of time in hand, and all the Wolf can do is stand, watch, and kick himself for that mistake. Cassius comes up on the platform. A terrific 10-point bonus for him. And the Wolf's humiliation is complete. And Cassius goes topless.
Cass, the pressure was on now. I mean, Dave got across. Huge pressure on you to get the 10 points.
Definitely, I need those points. Every point I can make now brings me close to Dave in the Eliminator. So I've got to keep on scoring.
What was Wolf saying when he was hanging on to you?
He said, goodbye, baby.
Yeah.
But
Who said goodbye?
Who went bye-byes, Wolf?
The Wolf said goodbye, baby, to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had tremendous support this evening as well, haven't you?
Yeah. I can't make enough noise for the people behind me, but they were doing brilliantly. They were doing brilliantly.
Let's put a kick him down.
Let's give it up for Cass. He scores 10 points.
Wolf's in no mood to mess about. He ejects Cassius from the platform. Blimey, that's the fastest Jeremy's moved all season.
Good kick there.
And Cassius giving a bit of verbal to the Wolfman. He doesn't want to do that. Wolfman coming in for afters. Oh, Jeremy Guscott with a rugby tackle. And Wolf's hilarious antics appreciated by Debbie and Kamal. Wolf taking his frustration out on his shirt now. And big John Anderson is going to have to step in, or Ulrika may end up presenting this by herself next week.
We need him. He's important. You're not. Get off.
Oh, the truth hurts, doesn't it? After 4 events, Dave's up to a massive 39 points. Cassius up to a giant 29.
First up to run the gauntlet, it's Sharon! And tonight, she faces Siren, Rebel, Falcon, Vogue, and Fox. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
Sharon's first venture into the alleyway of aggravation, repelled by Siren. Sharon has 30 seconds to bust through the defences of all 5 clads to score a much-needed 10 points. Oh, driving Rebel back, dummies herself through, picks herself up for the Falcon. Falcon forcing her high and wide. Less than 15 seconds. Sharon free and into Vogue. Low and strong, Vogue trying to put the brakes on. Somehow Sharon gets out the side door. Finally, it's Fox. The clock ticking down. Can she slip her? Yes! Oh, yes, she's there. Right on the button, and Dad delighted with that. That brought a sparkle to her eyes. Sharon's first engagement with Siren was a real headache, but having been knocked down, she stayed there, and Siren couldn't get that low.
Next up against our Gladiators, it's Louise. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3,
Louise pulled 10 in her last gauntlet, looking to repeat the scoreline now. Oh, flattened by Siren. Good defensive work from Siren, eating into Louise's time, and Louise will score a point for every section she gets through. Up and over. Now into Rebel. Rebel awkward with those pads. Falcon with the ramrod. Louise barging her way through. Vogue is next, and the time looking tight. Louise stalled on the wall. Changes tack and steams straight into Fox. Fox fends her away. This is going to be just as tight. Can the Fox keep Louise at bay? She can. Denies her the 10 points.
Well, Louise, desperately unlucky there at the end, because once you'd got Siren out of the way, you seemed to almost breeze through the next few stations.
Yeah, it was really hard. They've got their heads together today, I think, and they were determined to keep me out.
Well, once again, could you just give a little wave to 3 little people who are looking very worried over there?
Hi.
And tell them you're all right.
I'm all right now.
Last event, and you managed to pick up 4 points. Well done.
After 5 events, Sharon leaps to 13. Louise moves to 17.
So we now move into the men's event with Dave. And tonight he faces Rhino, Hunter, Saracen, Diesel, and Vulcan. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready!
Dave in 2 minds, and who can blame him?
3, 2,
This his first run of the gauntlet. A baptism of fire from Rhino. Dave still with 4 solid sections to run down after this mayhem. Oh, through Rhino into Hunter and almost out of the alley. Hunter working double-fisted, and it's a terrible mauling. A mullering for Dave. Ref's blown up. Hunter penalised. Hunter not best pleased either. Dave's mum and dad, the badges are a giveaway. They are irate. Dave entered the Hunter's domain, and Hunter went to work with the pads like a man possessed. He certainly had the ump and took it out on Dave.
There are 17 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
17 seconds to clear 3 sectors. Sarah gets his barrier forced up. The ref demands Sarah let him go, though. Quite rightly, because Sarah's feet were in the next zone.
He's not crossed the line. You crossed the line. He never crossed the line. You did.
Well, I don't think John Anderson dare shower with the Glads tonight. Dave's thinking there must be an easier way of getting to appear on telly. 11 seconds, 2 sections. Diesel defends the first. Diesel forcing him wide, but Dave's so agile for a big man. Vulcan couldn't contain him. 10 points to brave Dave.
Well, Dave, I know that was the first time you ran the gauntlet, and I have
didn't they just?
Trouble with Hunter at the beginning. It was just so tough, and Saracen getting disqualified as well.
They all want to stop me, which is understandable, you know, but I just want to go on. Well,
great determination, because you went through Diesel and Vulcan like that, and you deserve your 10 points. Well done.
The family are pleased, but the Glads are up in arms down there.
OK, Sarah, tell me, what's with the revolution?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, he's supposed to cross the white line, and he needn't cross the white line. Regardless of whether I step back into the next zone, he's still got to cross my white line, and he never did.
I guess my opinion doesn't matter. John, you've got to tell me what's going on.
Sarah should know better. He's been in this game a long time. The Gladiators are not allowed to move into the next zone. They have to stop when they get to the end of the line. He doesn't seem to know that. Now he knows, and I'm telling him again.
I don't believe that for 1 minute. We're going to check the rooms after this. I don't believe it.
Gauntlet is a rough game. The contenders come, they know they're going to get bashed. I had my man there, I was pinning him, I was bashing him, I was whacking him. If you want to squeeze, you can have a squeeze, but in our minds, you didn't get through.
Well, either the Gladiators learn to play to the rules, or there is no game. They should know the rules, they're taught the rules, and just because it didn't suit them doesn't mean that they can do what they like. Not while I'm refereeing.
Good to see Uli's completely across that situation. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad I'm up here and not down there.
Next up to run the gauntlet, it's Cassius!
Well, after that drama, what is ahead of us in the next 30 seconds? Last time in the gauntlet, Cassius was disqualified for retaliation, so this could be a right old rumpus. Rhino beats him away. Cassius bounces back so fast he's taken himself clean out of the gauntlet. The supporters are concerned. Well, let's check it out. Cassius escapes to his right, cuts back so fast he's up and out almost before Rhino can help him on his way.
23 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
So because Cassius put himself out, he's back to the beginning and straight into Rhino, and Rhino getting a better purchase this time round. Next, the Hunter cuts off his escape route straight into the Cambria. Cassius down and out again. And girlfriend Debbie protesting.
There are 12 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
So it's Cassius against Saracen, and Sarah driving his man back. Cassius free, headlong into Diesel. Diesel doing enough to deny Cass the 10 points. 3 sections completed, 3 points, and there's the hooter. And disappointment from the family.
Well, Cass, I guess we have to be pleased with the fact that it wasn't a repetition of the last time you ran the gauntlet when you were disqualified.
Well, I'm glad I wasn't disqualified, but I'd like to just touch the end just one time.
Well, listen, you may very well do that. I mean, you came flying out of the gauntlet on 2 occasions during that.
Yeah. I don't know what actually happened. I just know I was just flying in the air. It was all fun. I enjoyed it.
Well, it's so much fun. You picked up 3 points. Well done, mate. Let's hear it for Cass.
The Glads commend Cassius. Oh, hang on. His friend Fitzroy's got something to say.
Last time, when Cassius was on, there was a dispute that if you were thrown over the side of the barrier, you moved on to the next section. Now this week, right at the beginning, Cassius was pushed over the side. Instead of moving on to the next section, they took him back to the start. Now I'd like to know what the difference is between being pushed over the side and having to go back to the start.
I think it's a fair question. The rules are consistent all the time. It's maybe the interpretation that causes a problem. In the gauntlet, if, in the opinion of the referee, the contender has caused the contender to go out, as opposed to being thrown out, then they have to go back to the start. If, in the opinion of the referee, it is the gladiator who has thrown the contender out, then they get a free passage. So it all falls down to that. Now, in my opinion there, Cassius dived out, was helped on his way, and therefore had to go back. Otherwise, all that would happen is that every contender would simply dive out at every section, and there would be no game.
Here it is again from the reverse angle. Cassius scampering left and right, takes a run at the wall and launches himself over it. So after 5 explosive events, Dave moves up to 49 points and Cassius goes to 32.
So at last, we've got rid of those nasty nasty gladiators. All that remains is the eliminator itself. Remember, at stake, a place in the semi-finals. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's eliminator time. Now, in the women's event, Sharon's on 13 points. Louise is on 17 points. That's a 4-point difference, giving Louise a 2-second head start. Remember, at stake is a place in the semi-finals.
Louise, you will go on my first whistle. Sharon, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Louise Raines from Preston, Sharon Kewley from Liverpool. Encounters with the Gladiators are behind them now. Ahead, just the agonising road that is the eliminator. Louise onto the nets. Her last eliminator was timed at 1:37.2. Sharon's was 1:50.8. The 10-foot climb to the platform. Oh, Louise faltering on the rope. Sharon for her climb. Louise still in trouble. Somehow manages to get herself up there. Sharon with a clumsy climb. Louise to the hand ladder. Mum Gloria, brother Stuart, glad to see the back of that rope. Sharon's on the ladder, closing her down again. Trapeze with the strength-sapping, mind-blowing, pain-inducing cargo net to come. Sharon swings herself to almost level pegging. Louise's husband, Steve, and daughter Kelly can't believe the lead has virtually disappeared. And it's great climbing from Sharon. Dad loves it. Louise tops the net first. Sharon slower to finish. Louise to the zip line and opens up that lead again, braced for a flying splashdown. Sharon on the glide path to the arena floor. She needs another burst of strength to pull it back again. Louise on the first seesaw. Oh, terrible mistake by Louise. More drama than Hornblower. Sharon waiting to get to her balance test. Louise again, this time she masters it onto the second seesaw. Sharon needs a bit of luck now. Louise for the power up and the place in the semi-finals, charges at the rolling walkway. Oh, she's blown it! Thrown into reverse, agony for Steve. Sharon has a crack at it. Oh, her legs have given out. Mary's distraught. Louise attacks the travelator. Can she pull herself to glory? Oh, yes, she can. Snakes her body over the lip. Louise Raines, reigns supreme again, swings into the semi-finals of Gladiators. Steve and Kelly delirious, so's Gloria and Stuart. Sharon with a big finish, head high. What a superb contender. She gave her all. She got the job done. Thanks her fans. Great that she can enjoy the moment. Sharon finishes eliminator.
I know you're exhausted. That was an incredibly hard eliminator. But a couple of occasions there, I thought, oh no, you nearly slipped off the beam, down the travelator. There's so much tension there.
Yeah, 2 seconds really isn't a lot of time on here, and I could see Sharon catching me up on the cargo net. I just had to go all out for it in the end.
You are our first semi-finalist.
Thank you.
Well, I think you ought to go and say a big thanks to your supporters and especially your family.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Let's give it up for Louise!
I have to say, Sharon, that was just incredibly close. When I saw Louise come back down the travelator, I thought, here's your chance.
I saw it too. You know, the travelator, it's one of the things you just got to hit it hard and get to the top, keep your head back, you know. It's just one of them things. I saw it at the top and I thought, it is my chance. And I just let it go.
Well, listen, it's been absolutely fantastic to have you on the show because this lady has got so much enthusiasm, so much give and so much strength. The very best of luck to you in the future. Sharon Kewley!
Say it with flowers. A peck for Louise from husband Steve. There's daughter Kelly. Now a hug for daughter Grace. Sharon's done herself proud. Big cuddle for Dad. Mum's there too. Great family support all the way. While Louise's son Michael admires Mum's second Gladiator medal. Let's look at the fastest eliminator record. Jane Smith's new record set last week remains intact, unthreatened by Louise's 151.7. In the men's contest tonight, Dave's lead is 17 points. That converts to an 8.5 seconds head start.
Dave, you will go on my first whistle. Cass, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
We know Dave Walter from Exeter can be explosively fast. His last eliminator was run in 1:22.5. Into the net, here's Cassius Frankson from East London, and he's the current record holder for the fastest eliminator run, 1:18.3. So on paper, he's quicker than Dave. It's agony for Dave's fans. Dave on the bike, spins the pedals into action. Cassius rope climb. Debbie pleased with it so far. Dave finishes with the hand bike. He'll trapeze his way to the giant nets. Cassius very fast on that bike, eating into Dave's lead. Dave is slow on the net and Cassius has all but caught him. Dave's sister Bridget about to have a seizure. Dave spurred on, puts a spring into his step, hits the gantry first and moves fast to the zipper. Sliding down for the graveyard shift. Needs a good landing. Oh, he gets it. Cassius is on the wire. And a fine landing from him too. Dave tames the first seesaw. Second seesaw, fast as you like. He can't afford to put 1 foot wrong here. He needs something big to take him through. And he's found it! Dave Walter, a semi-finalist. Cassius falls foul of the travelator. Debbie exhorting him to finish in style. Go on, all the way. He's there. Great character and a fine contender, Cassius Frankson.
Well, Dave, not only are you our first male semi-finalist, but you have beaten so far the record for the fastest eliminator, 1 minute and 14 seconds. That is fantastic.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Feels fantastic.
Listen, even your chicken took his head off for this one.
Yeah, well... I don't know what to say, I'm lost for words here.
A little bit chuffed. Well, listen, you're going to come back to our semi-finals, and please bring your noisy lot back with you because they've been fantastic. They've supported you right throughout.
Thanks a lot, yeah.
Let's hear it for Dave Walters. Well done.
Cassius, I mean, he's just given it absolutely everything there.
I gave it 150%. I'd like to thank Dave. He was a brilliant contestant, and he just done it on the day, but it was good fun. It was really good fun.
The whole experience of Gladiators, you've enjoyed it?
Yeah, I've enjoyed every single second of it. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Well, I think you've had a lot of help from your supporters and especially your steel band.
Oh.
It's a shame to see you go, but thanks for being such a great contender. Let's give it up for Cassius!
Dave being smothered with a kiss from Mum Molly. Cassius, a gentleman to the end. The rest of the bunch will be for Debbie. And there's little Kamal. And as Ulrika said, Dave's time of 1:14.2 shaves over 4 seconds from Cassius' previous record.
2 fantastic eliminators, and that's only our first quarter-final.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done to Dave and Louise. Join us for more action, more quarterfinals next week here on Gladiators.
Good night.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
My favourite Christmases were the 80s ones. More tinsel than you could shake a stick at, snowballs and a packet of those dates with a stick on the coffee table. We have more nostalgia in the form of Bullseye next on Challenge. And for a more 21st century vibe, the chase is on, weekends at 9.